accidentally bumped into people who'd killed 3 or 4 people. And he'd apologize to me and I'd apologize to him. This guy's a killer. And we'd apologize to each other and move on. It's kind of strange how people can just get along when you're in that kind of scenario. I mean, it can go very wrong, but it can also go pretty right. And it was a unique, surreal experience. I don't think many people from the West have ever been to jail in an Eastern European country like that.
Oh, yeah. What would you say? What were the top things that you took away from jail? Like that made you learn things about yourself that you might have not known?
I think I learned a lot about basic human behaviors, not only my own, but a lot of them. I think the thing that was most pertinent to me was how often we deliberately distract ourselves in the outside world. If you start to think a thought that you don't like, you pull out your phone, or you go on your computer, or you go to the gym. Or if you start to think of someone, you message them, or you call them. Or if you think of a problem, you message the person who can fix the problem. You have instant access to so many things. Only in jail was I stuck with a thought about somebody and I couldn't contact them, or stuck with a thought I didn't want to have and I couldn't distract myself very easily. Here in the outside world, if you're sitting at home watching this and you start thinking of your ex and you miss her a little bit, you turn on the Nintendo and then it's done. But in jail, it's not done. You're stuck with it. And that's why all these men, I mean, I think we had 3 or 4 suicides when I was in there, but a lot of the people would kill themselves because you're stuck in this loop in your mind. If you don't have the mental control to force yourself to do push-ups, or force yourself to be happy and distract yourself with something asinine, or force yourself to change your own thoughts, you're going to sit there in a cycle of depression and sadness. So I think the thing I learned the most is how distracted we are in the outside world and how often we deliberately distract ourselves. All of us do it. You won't notice. Next time you start to think anything remotely 1% negative, I guarantee you grab your phone. That's what you'll do. If you're on a jet, if you're on a plane and turbulence gets bad, you'll just, let me put a movie on. That's just what we do as humans. But in jail, you can't do that. You're like, well, that's shit. Yeah, that is shit. Cockroaches. Fuck. And you're stuck with it. I guess it's a mental test. It's certainly interesting.
One thing I noticed from seeing you now, right after being out versus before, you're on your phone way less.
Yeah, I
way less.
Yeah, I am on my phone.
Oh my God, Andrew! When I first met you, bro, Myron, this thing goes on his phone from the airport all the way to the crib, bro. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I noticed right away. It's like you're on your phone way less. Would you say,
true.
like jail pretty much like
I
made that?
Yeah, when I first came out of jail, I didn't like using it at all. And now I find myself slowly getting addicted to it again. And we have a lot of things to do, all of us men, and we have businesses to run, and girls to talk to, and we have things to do, and work, etc. And we use our phones. But I mean, it was kind of cool that conversations were interesting again. My brother and I, and also some of the other guys in there. There were guys in there who'd killed 3 or 4 people or had moved tons of cocaine or whatever it was. I had 6-7 hour long conversations that were riveting. Like having a conversation now, it's interesting, okay, but you're half looking at your phone and you're half thinking about what you're gonna do afterwards, and you order some food halfway through. But in jail, you can talk to someone like it's amazing. And you hear stories from people and you're like, whoa, like a 2-hour story, and talking is interesting again. People socialize. It's really weird how in the outside world, how broken we are. We can't even socialize with each other properly. If you go to jail long enough, you're going to learn about fraternity and brotherhood and conversations and all the stuff that people used to value, you value in jail. The laughing and the jokes and making fun of each other, all those great things that we have a version of out here in the free world, but they're heavily watered down. Whereas in jail, bro, if you hear a good joke, you're laughing for 3 hours.
Yeah,
your brother.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else, bro. And it can be the stupidest joke in the world. Someone will ask for a Pringle, and you'll throw them an empty Pringle tube, and everyone will laugh at them. And it's funny for like 45 minutes for some reason, because there's just nothing else going on. In the outside world, we're just too easy to entertain. We all have a degree of ADHD, and we're all permanently distracted, and we're all chasing dopamine, and it's just a different reality. It's different.
Tristan Tate, your brother.
Yeah.
How important is brotherhood? Because obviously you're in a cell with your brother, telling stories probably from the past experiences. How important was your brother being there for you in jail?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have wished for a better cellmate. It doesn't get better than that. We never argued. We never disagreed. My brother has a superpower. My superpower is I care about everything all the time, and I'm very nitpicky, and I want everything done right, and I get stressed and trying to find a way to escape, and I want everything done my way. And my brother's superpower is he doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, that's
He's fearless, bro.
People think we're the same, but we're not. His superpower is that he really did not care. And if I felt like tapping into his energy, I could.
He laughs about it now still.
Yeah. If I felt myself too stressed, I mean, I'm sitting there reading the case file, and I'm reading Romanian law, and I'm translating it word by word with a dictionary, and I'm trying to get myself out. And he's just sitting there watching Judge Judy. Didn't care. We had a little TV in the corner, and the channels would randomly change. And if Judge Judy came on, he'd be like, "Yes, real justice," and he'd just sit there. He didn't care at all. So if I wanted to stop myself caring and calm down, then I would just tap into his energy. So I mean, he was a fantastic cellmate to have. The worst person you can have in jail is someone who's going to be like, "Oh, bro, this is unfair. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, my life's ruined." Like a moaner. It's like going to war. If you're in the trenches, the last thing you need the person next to you crying their eyes out because you're getting shot at. It's like you need happy people, and Tristan was fantastic at that.
Yo, Myron, you think we would do good in jail? Just me and you?
It would suck.
What do you think, Andrew? Us in jail. What do you think?
I think you'd be Tristan and he'd be me.
Yeah.
I think you'd be all like, nah, but you get upset about your bitches. You'd be like, oh, where's my chick at? You calling her? She's in the toilet. Like, you gotta get beyond all that shit, bro. You gotta stop caring about what the women are up to. Because a lot of that also, I'm telling you, a lot of the men in there were depressed because of chicks. I saw guys call their wife and they'd argue in Romanian. I don't know what they were saying. Or Russian. There's a lot of Russians in there. And they're yelling, and they'd hang up the phone, and I'd see the look in his eyes. He wanted to kill himself.
Damn.
What's his chick saying? Pay the rent. You can't take care of us anymore. I have a new man. You're going to be there for years. I don't know what she's saying. But, bro, you think heartbreak's bad? Try heartbreak in jail. Bro, you think heartbreak's bad out here where you can go get a new bitch and message girls on Instagram and drive your car around, hang out with your boys? Try heartbreak in jail.
That's tough.
And if your woman's ever going to leave you, that's when she's going to leave you. When you hit the jail cell and you can't pay her bills anymore and she wants to go to the club with her friends, that's when the real relationship problems start. So I saw some real heartbreak, bro. I saw some real sadness in that place, and it's scary. It's crazy. I'm lucky I wasn't in that position, but a lot of men were.
Yeah.
Damn.
We'll read chats real quick, and then and then guys, from this point forward, we're gonna read 100 and up just so that we can, because we got a lot to talk about here. But we'll read the ones that came through from before. Just we got you on, and just go ahead, fresh.
We got a bunch in the mod chat.
Yeah.
Diglett says, "Where's the vodka?" So Diglett.
For these
We're
guys.
gonna talk about that here